I'm Dan Galusha, and welcome to another edition of Shootin' Plink. Today we're going to be back with the sign metal, like we shot here just a week or so ago, where we were firing at it at 50 yards with the Gamo Swarm right here. The Swarm Fusion, Generation 2. Really like this gun, but we were firing it at 50 yards. So the question was about damage. Well, at 50 yards, I really didn't have any damage, and I'll show you here in a second. But what about it up closer? I don't know. We're going to find out today. And we're going to fire this one, and also a pistol, the Umarex Buck Mark, which is one of my favorites. We're going to fire that at a couple of different ranges to see what it does, because a lot of people do shoot a pistol from like 7 yards, which a lot of them are made for that. Very, very low velocity on most of them. Although I did shoot that one at 50 yards if you look at that video. Like I said, I really like that gun, and it has the Browning, regular Browning reflex sight too. And that's the Buck Mark sight, by the way. But anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to shoot this, and first I'm going to show you what it did to the target at 50 yards. And I'm using the same sort of metal, it's just a smaller sign. This one was a larger one. There it is right here, and I told you how you can acquire these too, by the way, because sometimes there's people that just have this metal that they're using. Well, anyway, you can see here where we were hitting, and there's no dents, there's no damage there. The only thing that is paint chipped away. That's why I paint them. But I will also use those sticker targets, which I showed you before, and they make it just like paper then. You can have your metal, you can have both worlds. You can have your metal that you're going to hear, and also the paper where you can see it actually hits. And so you can actually sight it in on something like this. But what we're going to be doing, I imagine you can see this, there's one right there. And we're going to be shooting at that just a second here, and I'm using the same pellets that we used on this, so that we can compare them that way too. This is the RWS Superdome pellets. So we'll be shooting those, and it's already loaded, so let's go at it. Like I said, I got it at 10 yards, so we're going to take about 10 rounds at this. And I hit it pretty good, a lot more than what the other one did. I'm trying to get them right down the middle too. And we're definitely doing that, and you can hear it. One reason I'm trying to shoot the middle with that many rounds, we're going to see what we do if we hit in the same area several times. I should have zoomed in, but we're going to be taking a close look at it anyway. No, we're out. So, now, I'm going to go get that sign, and then we're going to take a look at it. And hopefully I hit the metal several times. I think I did. Okay, here we are, and it did do damage. There was no doubt about that. Here it is right here. You can see that is definitely indented. If the camera vibrates, it's Pepper. He's with us. And in fact, he's right down below us here. But anyway, he likes plinking. But this is really indented. I mean, I dented that thing in really bad. So, a gun with the velocity of this one, which is about 1,000 feet per second, you can well bet that it's going to dent it up. Now what I'm going to do is fire the pistol from the same range, and also at in fact, what the heck, let's just go up to the 7-yard line and fire it from there, because that way you'll know if it's going to work closer or not. So let's do that. Well, this time I zoomed in right here at 7 yards. I got to get around the other side of it here. Reason being is you're in my way. So I'll turn the sight on, And you know what I think I'm going to do too is, just for the heck of it, we're going to load that back up and see if a different pellet will do as much damage, because these were Superdome pellets, and that's the same with this. So hang with me. I'm going to fire this, and I'm going to try to shoot just above that, see what I can do. Hopefully this is sighted good. Yeah, I hit it up above it. That's good. So we're going to see what this pistol will do. Get my pellets here. Lost track of my pellets. Bad news. Okay, try to hit the same spot. Take the safety off. I won't shoot too many rounds here. This will be the third one. Maybe we'll fire 5 rounds at it just to see what it'll do. I don't think it's doing as much damage. Fourth one right here, I think. And we'll fire them one more, and then we'll go get that. Of course, you can see it already because I got you zoomed in this time. Now we'll go take a look. I'll pick that sign up and we'll see what we got. As I said, this time we were using this Umarex Buck Mark pistol, and as I said, I've shot 50 yards with this, as you know if you watch that other video. But with those pellets, it don't really seem like any damage. I'll show you up closer. I'll lay this down. Not in the poison ivy. Yeah, I got tons of poison ivy here at Cedar Oaks. Right here, you can see there's no damage. I can rub my finger back and forth. This is not like this where you got really an indentation, as you can well see. But this, no, this, and that was using the same pellet. So, you know, that shows you the difference. So the pistol, yeah, you could use these up close for a pistol, no problem at all. Now what I want to do is get some RWS Hobby pellets, and we're going to fire those from 10 meters, just like we did before. And maybe I'll aim over this way. I don't want it right here. I want to see what we got. So I might aim over in here, or even right up in here, somewhere anyway, right into this area. And we'll see what the Hobby pellets will do, if there is a difference, because those Superdomes have got a lot harder impact. But again, we've got a gun, that Gamo Swarm has a pretty good punch itself. So let's take a look what we can do. Alright, we're going to rack our first round in here, and then we're going to shoot this with, this is just straight RWS Hobby pellets. This is a wad cutter type instead of that rounded Superdome. So I'm going to shoot off to the right there, I guess, and a little above, and see if I can find a good spot. And we'll see what that'll do. If it looks like it's denting, then I'll stop. I can't really tell yet, but I think it is. So, and I'm right alongside you at 10 meters. Like I said, I'm trying to hit that same spot over and over for 10 rounds and see what we can do with it. I think it is denting it. Looks like it. We'll find out. Kind of making my own target really with it. Oh, that was the last one. Let's go get the target, take a look. Okay, I got it so I can show it to you up close, and you were probably already seeing what it was doing. I got it up in here, and that's what I wanted to do, is kind of put it around into this area and see what it does, and you can see that is definitely dented. So, and that's with the wad cutters, and this was Superdome. This is much more I mean, this is a harder impact. You can tell that with a Superdome. Actually, there's another experiment we just did today. We already knew that these had a good hit, but you can definitely see it here. Yes, this is dented, but this is really dented. Of course, I had a lot of them I was aiming more right for that same spot. Here I was just general area trying to hit, which I did. I put them all in there, so if that had been one of those bullseyes, it would have been in it. Same here. Definitely for close range, no, this is not going to be good. And of course, never shoot BBs at anything like this. But at close range, it will work, but you can figure about a one-time target, because this target is just about ready for recycling now, due to the fact that the only way I'd use that is if I was using it down into this area. Maybe is like put some paper targets on here, those sticker ones like I was talking about, and in going back to 50 yards. Basically, when I first started this and I first did the video, it was just for that, 50 yards. I wanted something that I could hear good at 50 yards when I was firing an air gun, which obviously, as you can tell, you can. So for 50 yards, these are great. For close, pistols maybe, and this was done with the wad cutter, or not the wad cutter, but the Superdome. So the one with the pistols, then maybe you can get away with it. Because they're a lower velocity, where this swarm right here, this Gamo Swarm has got a good impact to it. There's no doubt about it. It's got like 1,000 feet per second, and it uses every bit of it. I know it does. I can't remember. I do think we did a velocity test on this, and because we got out the Caldwell chronograph, and we shot. I'm sure that we did one on this. That'd be one of our videos. And like I said before, I've done so many videos by now, I can't remember. They're starting to overlap. Anyhow, this was basically, I'll lay this down. This basically was a test because people ask, and it was a very, very good question, because there's a lot of people that are shooting within that 10-yard, 10-meter range, and so do I. I shoot a lot of my air guns at that, so I was kind of, wondering myself. But as I said, basically, I wanted these for 50 yards. And it works great for that. I can use the higher powered air guns. No, I am not using regular firearms on these. That would, in fact, that wouldn't even be good. You could get kind of dangerous with that, because it's going to pass through. It's not going to be like shooting an AR-500 where it hits, smashes, and goes down. These are strictly for air guns, and again, pistols up closer and back 50 yards, maybe 30. No, I wouldn't even say 30 maybe. I don't really know. I don't know what that'd do. In fact, just for the heck of it, I'm going to load just a few rounds in this, and we're going to fire it from back there at 25 yards, and we'll see what it does. So hang on, we're going to shoot again. Okay, we're back here at about 25 yards, right in that area. And what I've done is we're going to fire 5 rounds first of the Superdome. Then we're going to fire 5 rounds of the wad cutter Hobby. And same pellets, 5 each. This will be the wad cutter now. And we're going to see what we can do from here. I don't fall down here. Okay, I'm going to go to the left, by the way, of that middle. It's a good ring, and that's what I like for the distance. So this should be the last of the Superdome. Now we're going to start the hobby. I'll try putting them about the same area. See what we got. I might be off a little bit, I'm not sure. Might be the last one. I think that's the last. Okay, let's take a look at that thing. Alright, I came up, I got the target, and it's definitely dented. There's no doubt about it. You can see right here. And as I said, this thing originally, I'm trying to step over this block I got down here. This was originally done to have something I could hear good off at a distance of 50 yards. But that was a very good question as to what it would do up close. If I was going to use these closer, you can see what I definitely do, because, I mean, right up here, that was the pistol. That was that Umarex Buck Mark, and it did not dent that. And so with the, you know, and this is shooting both wad cutter and Superdome, and they're both dented. And yeah, this sign's pretty much shot. So because you could have some strange ricochets. Now it's not shot for me to use, I don't think, at 50 yards. I can still get a pretty good clang, and as you can see, they hit pretty hard on it, but just not enough. Now whether that is a heavier type of a metal on that bigger sign, could be. So that might make a difference too. I really don't know. But thickness wise, it's the same thickness, because that I did check out. The sign is lighter weight. There's no doubt about that. The sign metal is lighter weight, but it's also, you know, about half the size of the other one. But you can see, whatever you get, be careful if you don't want them bent up. Use your rifles at a longer distance, and your pistols you can use. I wouldn't say use the pistol though closer than 7 yards. In fact, this would be very good to be using at the 10-meter mark, and then you know you'd be okay with your pistols. So until next time, shoot safe and have a great day of plinking.